Hi, this is Sid from Just Students, and in this video, we'll be talking about how you can calculate your CRS score easily. CRS, or Comprehensive Ranking System, is a points-based system that's used by the Canadian government to assess and score your profile and rank it in the express entry pool. Before I show you how to calculate the CRS score, it's important to know the factors that the score is based on. These factors are age, work experience, education, IELTS score, and a job offer. Based on these aspects, you are assigned a score when you submit your file in the express entry pool for PR. Every 2 weeks, there's a draw where around 3 to 5,000 people are given invitations to apply for PR, or commonly known as ITR. The cutoff score keeps changing from draw to draw, so make sure you keep an eye on that. Now let's take a sample profile of a graduate student that has studied in Canada for 2 years, which means she has done a 1+1 program and has no work experience from her home country. However, she has worked in Canada for 2 years and her sister is a permanent resident here. I'm going to calculate her score based on the factors that I mentioned above. So when you open the website to calculate your CRS score, you will be greeted with this screen. The link of this website will be given in the description below. Now let's scroll down and see there's a legal disclaimer and it says all the factors that we spoke about. Now let's start calculating the score based on the scenario that we just discussed. The first question is, what is your marital status? So let's put that as never married or single. Well, let's put the age of the girl as 25 years old. What is the highest level of education? So she has a bachelor's from her home country and she has done a 1+1 course. So over here we are going to select 2 or more certificates, diplomas or degrees. One must be a program of 3 or more years. Have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma or certificates? We'll select that as yes. Choose the best answer to describe this level of education. So it is going to be a 1 or 2 year diploma or certificate. English and French are the official languages of Canada. So are your test results less than 2 years old? They are talking about your IELTS exam. So we'll select that as yes. Now we'll select IELTS here. We'll just add some scores that she got. In speaking, let's put that between 7.5 to 9. In listening, let's put 8. In reading, let's put from 8 to 9. And in writing, let's put 7. You'll have to put your original scores here to get an accurate result. And please note, you can get extra points for scoring the highest band, that is band 9 in IELTS. Now they ask, do you have other language results? We'll click that not applicable. Work experience. In the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? Make sure it is a NOC B experience, which is now known as tier. So we'll put that as 2 years. We discussed that this girl does not have any foreign work experience, so we'll do none or less than a year. Do you have a certificate of qualification from a Canadian province? We'll select that as no. Let's come to additional points. If you have a valid job offer that is supported by the Labour Market Impact Assessment, then you can click on yes. But for this scenario, we'll click on no. Do you have a nomination certificate from a province or territory, or commonly known as PNP? We'll select no. Since she is not married, she does not have a spouse, but she has a sister. So we'll click that as yes. And now we'll click on calculate your score. So here's a breakup of the score that is being provided to us. But let's look at the final score that she's got first. So she's got 501 points, which is a pretty good score, and that is above the current cutoff. Now let's look at the breakup of these points. So she's got the maximum points for age, which are 110. Her level of education gives her 128 points. Official languages give her 130 points, and she got 53 points for Canadian work experience. No points for spouse, Now for official language proficiency and education, she's got 50 points, and for Canadian work experience and education, she's got 50 points again. When we look at the additional points that she's got, so she's got 15 points for studying in Canada and 15 points for having a sibling in Canada. In the end, her total comes to 501 points. Okay, so I hope you have some idea about calculating your CRS score now. But just to make it easy, let's take another example. In this example, the guy has more than 3 years of work experience in his home country and has done only one course in Canada with 1 year of Canadian work experience, but he's more than 30 years old. Okay, so in this scenario, I'm just going to tweak a few things, and some of the things are going to be similar to the previous scenario. The marital status remains the same. I'll change the age to 32 years of age. This remains the same because this guy also has a bachelor's degree from back home and has done a 1-year course in Canada. Along with that, these things are also going to be the same. Let's tweak the scores a bit. He's got a better score in listening, a lesser score in reading, and let's keep the writing score as same. All this is going to remain the same. However, we are going to change the Canadian work experience to 1 year now and the foreign work experience to more than 3 years. All these points are somewhat similar, and we are going to put no here since he does not have a spouse or a sibling in Canada. Now I'll click on calculate your score and let's look at how much points he's got. So in fact, he's got more points than the previous scenario. Now let's look at why that has happened. Now you'll notice that this guy has got 94 points as opposed to 110 points since he's more than 30 years of age. And every year, points get deducted if you are more than 30 years of age. Level of education and official languages remain the same. The Canadian work experience has dropped down to 40. So this becomes 392 here. Along with that, the official language proficiency and education score remains the same. The Canadian work experience and education is 25. Along with that, he's got 50 points for foreign work experience. That is the maximum that you can get. So he gets 100 points here and he gets 15 points for studying in Canada. So that brings his total to 507 points, which is again a good score looking at the cutoff these days. And that's how you calculate the CRS score. Please note that there are other factors as well that come into play while calculating your score, such as you get extra points if you have done a master's degree from back home. And if you're coming with your spouse, the points change then as well. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please like it and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such content in the future.